Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Thank you for joining me on my channel today, where I discuss all things planners, fountain pens, and fountain pen inks. Today, I'm going to do just a quick planner update because I feel like the last time I did my Techo Kaigi, probably the mid-year, there's been a few changes since then. Or planner update. I feel like it's a good time to talk about this, especially with the planner release season happening right now. And we have a lot of people who have already purchased their planners for 2026 and some that are waiting for their planners to come in. It's a big, exciting season, but I also just want to review what 2025 is looking like for me and how 2025 will possibly round out. So first things first, if you've already been following my channel, you'll notice that I no longer have a Hobonichi Weeks as part of my planner lineup. Now, sometime in, I believe it was maybe end of July, I was just playing around with, the passport size because I really loved this cover size. I purchased this from Bujo Planner, I think in June. And then when I finally did receive it, I thought it was so cute. And I took it with me when I went to the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. And I really loved the size of it and how compact it was. And it just made me think, I want to try out a passport size planner. So what I've done in this is, I'll just show you the cover really quickly here. It's got a front pocket here, credit card pockets here. I've put in a Midori passport size pocket in here that's got a zip pocket, and then you could probably put a notebook in there. But then I took these Hobonichi notebooks that are A6 size, and I cut them down to the passport size. And I've been using it for the month of August. So I tried out a format where I have all the weekdays on the left side and then the weekend here, and trying to do my habit trackers there. And then the second week, I decided let's do 4 and 3. And I was okay with that for a little bit. And then I went on vacation for that week where I kind of used this layout. And then this week, I definitely did not use the layout. But then I created the monthly spread for September, and I realized I wrote September there. You can't really see the word September anywhere else. And then this is this week, the end of last week. And I actually really like the overall layout. I like how I have to be really intentional or simplistic about decorating here because there's very little room. I don't want to take room away from the functional pieces of this by adding a sticker here. So I have to be really, like I said, intentional about the stickers I'm using, where I'm placing them, but also trying out different ways where I'm going to use the habit tracker. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. This is the workout tracker as well as my habit tracker, and putting them in the same space with the days of the week in the middle. And then on the left side will be the workouts, and then the right side will be tracking my habits, which has been working out really well. And then still sticking to the same layout in terms of each row having a schedule. So my work schedule and any appointments. The middle column will be for my to-do lists, and then the last column on the right here is for weather. And so far it's been working well. And even just a quick flip to this week. This week I feel like I'm using a lot of stickers, and it did prove a little problematic when I looked at the appointment. So I'm still learning the best placement for these stickers, but I'm also liking the fact that I really don't have to use it as much. And that's also making me go through my sticker stash and thinking about what I can give away in terms of what I own, because I do have a lot of stickers. I'm not going to need them all. So I'm thinking about destashing those. And then, because I haven't filled the rest of this out, this will be for the rest of the year. And then I also have a notebook in here, which is just filled with some random things here. So I had my pen show prep in here, and then some stamps that we got from when we were in Skagway. And then I won't show you what's on the next page because it actually had the addresses of people I was sending certain things to. So just an extra notebook in the back. And then in here, I purchased this at the San Francisco Pen Show. I haven't put it in here as of yet because I haven't figured out how I want to use this, but This is the Traveler's Notebook MD Paper Cream, and it's blank. So I feel like this could be one to just do like fun sketches in. And I say fun sketches, but it's not actually something that I've ever done with a planner. So, I mean, I love just the cover and the overall thought of it. So it could be just some random, whenever I feel like taking the plunge and drawing something, that could be what it's for. From Sterling Ink, I have purchased the Passport monthly booklet. I have purchased the Passport weekly booklet, and there's 2 booklets in that. And then I also purchased the Passport notebook booklet. Why booklets? Because I love this cover and want to be able to use this cover, but also I found that the Passport, so I got the Passport Sterling Ink Planner in 2024 and I loved it. It's cute, but the amount of pages in the back, so there are, in this one, 122 pages in the back, which even for me feels like a lot. So even if I just have a notebook that has half that many pages, I feel like will be just enough for me. And I loved using this, but I really wanted to try out the horizontal layout, and I feel like that will definitely work for me going into 2026. So that is the newest addition to my lineup, or substitution to my lineup. So I no longer have the weeks, I just have the Passport. I've added this lovely airplane charm that I got at the San Francisco Pen Show. And then I have this pen loop that I purchased at my local stationery store. It's the Leuchtturm extra large pen loop that holds my Pilot Vanishing Point very nicely. And then this cute clip from the Coffee Monsters Co. So I'm loving how compact this is, but it also, I just feel like it's so much more simple and minimalistic to decorate a smaller planner, and it's less stress so far. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, I feel like I've already made my decision for 2026 and I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. But in terms of everything else, I mean, I do have to say that me changing my planner in the middle of the year is very uncharacteristic of me. I am normally the type of person who wants to use one book, one system all year and stick to it. And then I decided, you know what? Why? Why not try something new? My only thing was that I do feel bad about wasting, I guess, the rest of the Tomoya River paper in my Hobonichi weeks. But I don't know. It feels like this year was the year where I'm a lot kinder to myself in terms of my planner systems. And I'm excited to just keep using this and keep seeing where that goes. But what has been working for me and still is working for me, this is the 4th year of this. This is my Hobonichi A6 5-year journal. It's been working well. I'm into my 4th year, and every month I do a different pen and ink combination, and that's the one that I write with. And it's not got a lot of thickness for just having written in it. So it's been really sustainable for me. And then in the back here, I keep track of all of the pens and inks that I've used for each month. Now, somebody did ask me, how am I going to solve the problem of the 5th year and having no space here to write the weather and the gratitude? I have to actually credit my friend Katie, who suggested that I'm actually not using all of this space for the weather and the gratitude in this 4th year. So I'm being very intentional about only using half of this space so that this half can be used for the weather and the gratitude for 2026. And I think I only started doing that, I think, in February. Yeah, February. I'll give you the exact date here. Yeah, February 3rd. So really, there's only 1 month that I might struggle with space, but then the rest of the year should be good to go. And I'm really enjoying this. And I need to consider whether or not I want to continue doing this come 2027. We'll see what the options are, but we'll also see if it would be beneficial for me to just be able to look back on this. But so far, I love the practice, and the fact that I've been able to keep up with it for almost 4 years is fantastic. So that is my 5-year journal. And then here, I feel like I have to zoom out a bit. Here is my A5 multi-year journal. So what this is essentially 2 Planner Monkey Co. notebooks in the A5 size. There's 400 pages of each, and it has Tomoe River paper. And what I do is when I say multi-year journal, is basically I dedicate, oh, got a little wrinkle there. I dedicate 2 pages for one day and then half a page for 1 year. So what you'll end up seeing is this and this, and then 2026, sorry, yeah, 2026 will be down here, 2027, 2028. And then the monthlies will essentially be 1 page per year. So this is September, where I keep track of my currently inked, but I'll show you August because August looks really cool. August has some photos and some stickers and just a big overview of the month. And then July doesn't have as many. Like, I don't think I even did my currently inked in here, but that's okay. And then I'll actually show you a couple of cool journal entries from let's see. So there's one there, but also what I love, just adding photos in here, because I now have the Kodak Mini 2 Retro, which I took with me on vacation and absolutely loved it. And this is not the actual size of the photo. The actual size of the photo is like 2 of these. So like that. But I did a collage where I put basically 2 photos into the one photo so that I could have as many of these lovely photos from the San Francisco Pen Show as possible. And it's just been so fun to be able to start putting photos, but also put photos in like during my vacation, like that. And this is the full size of the photo from the Kodak Mini 2 Retro. But what I love about this is that I won't need to buy another journal for next year. The paper in this has actually been quite good. I've had only a couple of inks that have bled through and did a little bit more shadowing than I would have liked, and feathered too. It was mostly Birmingham Penco inks. But what I really like about this idea is that, one, I'll use this for 4 years and not have to worry about buying a journal in that time. But 2, because I'll be writing in the same space, I'll also be able to look back on my journal entries from previous years. And I think that's kind of what, I won't say bothered me, but what I missed about journaling is the fact that I want to look back on my journals, I want to read my journals, but because my journals are currently in my closet, it's not as easy for me to go and get my journals and read through. Whereas in here, if I'm writing on September 13th in 2026, I can easily see the entry for September 13th for 2025. So I also have to thank my friend Katie for workshopping this idea with me, because I love it. It's working really well for me. And the paper in here is, I believe, the 2025 Tamoya River paper, but so far so good. There's only a few inks that, like I said, have bled through and feathered, but most of them have worked really well. So that is the planner and journaling update for me so far. And what I'm still using, and I wouldn't count this as planning necessarily, but it's my pen and ink journal. So these are still going strong for 2025, keeping track of all the pens and inks that I've acquired, but also different ink explorations, my 30 inks, 30 days, and just a really fun chronological record of what I do with my pens and inks. But then also this A6 Hobonichi Hone, this is actually a 2024 one that I bought off Amazon. This has been what I've used for paper swatches as well as lovely Zentangles or doodles. Now I have to say, for the month of September, after coming back from vacation, but also from being sick for a good week, I haven't actually started mine for September yet, but I only have 10 pens inked this month, so it shouldn't be too hard to catch up. But yeah, that's my overall system to date. I've simplified to a passport planner, my A6 5-year journal, and then my A5 multi-year journal, which feels so different to, if you looked at my system back in the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, I had like 7 or 8 planners, which was crazy, but also very hard for me to keep up with. Whereas this feels so much more manageable. I mean, in terms of journaling, like half a page of journaling here like that takes me maybe 15-20 minutes, and then to write a few lines in here maybe takes at most 10 minutes. So not a lot of time invested, or not a lot of time that I need to dedicate to each of these, which makes it so much more sustainable. And then with decorating this, again, doesn't require a lot of resources, doesn't require a lot of time. It's very, very functional. Okay, but that is it for me. Thank you all for listening to me babble about my planner setup as it is right now. And I'm looking forward to showing you what I've purchased for 2026. There's my sterling ink order that's coming, but I've also purchased a couple of notebooks from Hemlock and Oak. I'm really excited to try their new archivist paper. And really, that's the main one. Those are two main ones. And then I still need to get my notebooks for my pen and ink journal for next year. But I think otherwise I'm pretty much set, which is a really good position to be in. And I feel really grateful for that. Okay, enough talking. That is it for me. Thank you again for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe. Thanks again, and have yourselves a great day. Maybe there hasn't been changes and I'm just wanting to chat about planners. I'm actually looking this up. Their pocket weekly, no, rewind, reverse. That was totally wrong. From